And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, it's Matt Marsh. This is Dysfunction Junction.
Speaking of Matt Marsh, this is his show tonight. But first, we go through the introductions. Welcome, you sick sons of bitches, talking about your warm, bloody assholes and your bidets and all that silly shit. Welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. God, a bidet is lovely.
It is.
I didn't say it wasn't.
It's lovely.
When it takes up 7 minutes of pre-production leading after the 6 o'clock hour, you know, nobody wants to hear about your asshole. Ask me about my butthole, says the t-shirt.
Yes. Ask me and my title.
Yes.
Yes.
Ask me about my boot. Ask me about my butthole. I'm Canadian.
A boot. Ask a boot his Canadian
A boot.
fucking maple syrup hole.
A boot my boot hole.
God.
boot
Chris
hole.
Burns here. Bottom left corner is the one and only Possum King.
Jaggers McLynch.
Out my butthole.
Above Lynch, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, and because of the graphics has a looks like somebody's aiming at your forehead and you're about to get shot at. Big Herm. Michael P.S. Herman.
Miss me.
What does the shirt say, Big Herm? I violate community
guidelines.
I thought it was going to be something dirty.
No, that's the site
that would violate community guidelines.
Yes.
And of course, there's so many ways I can go with this, but it's his show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's the one and only Matt Marsh.
Yay.
Yes, caller. What is your query?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh, Jen is catching the start of the show. Welcome.
Wow.
You don't get to hear about bidets and buttholes and shit. You're on
Well,
time.
She said, "Holy shit!" She must want to know about the bidet hole, the bidet
Right.
hole.
We're not doing this.
We're doing it.
Oh, fuck it. You got 5 minutes.
You got butthole chips.
Yes,
Butthole
I went.
knob.
I didn't opt for the full techno toilet seat one. I went with the mount-on one with the cold water feed, so it should be educational. But yeah, I figured I'd try it out, see if I liked it. What the hell just happened?
He's changing
I'm
the
fucking
gimmick
around
on
with the
the screen.
background.
I'm trying to find something. There it is. There we go. Something that's not moving and
Distracting.
Making it look like Herm runs a convenience store with the dot on his head.
Yes.
Wolf bagging? Is
how are
that
you-
some kinky shit?
How are your slushies today, sir?
Wheezy.
I mean, he's kind of looking the part. Bald head, gray beard. He's going to tell you in a few minutes to get out, stop stealing the candy.
Would you like a piece of fruit?
Sizer says to look up wolf bagging. Is that like tea bagging?
I have a bad feeling if I go to the Google machine.
I gotta look.
I'm afraid
I'm not going to be happy. Yep.
Wolf bagging. It's probably something to do with wolf bagging.
Oh, she wants you to look it up. This is going to end badly. It's a trap.
All right, Jen, just for you.
It's a trap.
I bet it is.
Here we go.
Figures
Here we
one
go.
should find it first.
Here we go. The sexual practice where, prior to indulging in anal sex, the receiving anal participant swallows a piece of bacon attached to a length of string. Wait, whoa. The end of the string hangs out of the recipient's mouth, and just as the giver is about to shoot his load, the string is pulled, causing the anal recipient to gag and vomit. The gagging and vomiting causes the muscles of his or her asshole to constrict and give pleasurable sensation of tightness to the anal giver.
I can't
A donkey punch to the back of the head works just as well without the string, without violating the bacon, without the gagging and vomiting.
Is the one getting railed the one with the bacon in his mouth?
That's what I'm saying. Who's got the bacon?
I'm lost on this.
I have so many logistical fucking questions.
Listen.
I'm confused.
Listen.
More so than usual.
I'm gonna need a fucking diagram.
PowerPoint presentation, something.
All right, I don't have my pencil up here. Anyway, prior to indulging in anal sex, shut up, Herm. Prior to indulging in anal sex, the receiving anal participant. So,
okay, so that's the taker, right?
I heard the taker.
I take a piece of bacon, wrap a string around it, and jam it down my throat until it's down here.
So you're the taker.
Just the taker. The taker puts bacon in his mouth with string.
Okay.
And the giver pulls on the string just before you shoot his load. I throw up. My butthole clenches, and it feels good for the giver.
I need to see like an animated short, a cartoon of this or something, because I'm not following this.
Listen, guys, listen.
Money in the box. I'm trying to.
So I
There's a bigger
right now.
Shut up, Herm.
Is there a puppet show or something?
I pulled a string.
Do I get a prize at the end?
Yeah, the bacon. Jen, I have to know. I have to. I won't sleep well tonight.
You can't unknow once you know.
How do you know?
I would like to
accidentally find out about.
No, it's not. And I would like to point out, this goes to show what kind of shit you look at when you go to your phone on the Google machine. Because I typed in wolf bagging as well, and this is what I was given for the answer.
Wolf bagging
refers to a machine.
Wolf Packing Company. There's a company out there that does nice packaging solutions.
Firewood bundles.
Without it.
I don't think Lynch looked this up. I think he paused for a few seconds like he was looking it up, and he just fucking rattled it off.
He is the king of butt stuff. Let's be honest.
It's all
right. He was like,
right.
I gotta calm down.
There.
I
gotta make it look like I'm Googling.
I don't know.
Mine comes up with Canadians bundling wood. Yours comes up with bacon and buttholes and puke.
Jen, I had to learn, so now you do too. No.
Apparently, Lynch is
that's a hard no.
different network than we do.
Yeah.
Apparently, VPN means something completely different in this world.
It's not a network; it's a butt work.
Tell me though, Herm, you looked it up, and it came up with the bundling of wood.
The Wolf Packing Company.
I blew right past
Wolf
that.
Packaging Company.
As soon as I saw that, I knew that's what that wasn't what she was looking for.
I was hoping that's what she meant, and instead we went down the rabbit butthole with bacon. Now here's the question: if you use turkey bacon, do you throw up first or second?
Oh my god!
Well, turkey bacon wouldn't be as hard going down or coming back up because it's softer.
And you've done the research.
It sounds like he's done this, Herm. It sounds exactly like he's done this.
No.
The way you just described it, though, it's like, when you're changing the rear brake caliper on a Volkswagen, you're like, the turkey bacon is much softer.
You got any rims for a 75 Pinto in here?
Yeah,
but I got turkey bacon.
No, but I got oh my god.
I got tofurkey bacon.
I quit. That's it. I'll see you at 8 o'clock on the Speedway review.
It took 8 minutes and 35 seconds for us to go completely off the fucking rails today.
Oh my god. Imagine if one of the pre-fed questions we had was about wolf bagging. You missed your mark, kid.
I guess.
Well, hey.
Questions from the Matt Volume 3 will be a little different.
Obviously. Oh my god. That was good. I haven't seen Herm turn that red from laughter in a long damn time. That was good shit. Thank you, Jen. And no more Urban Dictionary sexual bullshit. No more.
Sweet Jesus.
Maybe next week. Maybe the week after that. Tone it down. Now, there's a segment once a month. She comes up with some goofy shit to make us laugh. Hey, guys, you ever look this up?
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yes.
It'll be called Killing Herm Softly.
You started the show talking about butthole, so I needed to contribute. Well, you did.
And we appreciate your contribution, Ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say I'm comfortable thinking about buttholes and bacon at the same time.
I mean, I guess the way she could have contributed, that would be the preferable one. So.
All right, Jen, if the challenge is accepted, here it comes. You have to be on time, and it has to start the show.
Yes.
Reproach's dirty fucking sexual gimmick of the week or the month or however often you want to do it. Jesus Christ. You wonder why nobody wants to sponsor us.
I don't wonder.
This is it. This is it.
Hey, we heard about your show. We'd like to sponsor you. Hey, did you hear the Butthole and Bacon episode? Yeah, we got to go.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, we were gonna pretend. We're just going to ignore that whenever it happened.
I mean, maybe a German company might like it. I don't know.
Mom, what's a German Scheiße video?
Mom, have you ever
Germans
German Scheiße
notoriously known for rabid sense of humor. The Germans.
As well as rectal porn fetishes.
Yes.
Okay.
They also have a thing for rodents, too, in case you know
Scheiße.
You're going to do some poopy on my chest. Oh, speaking of shit, I got to
God.
get this out of the way. So
she's watching us at a baseball field. Her kid is practicing, and we are talking about bacon and buttholes for her fucking enjoyment. This is classic.
And she's got the volume up.
That's my next. That's my next business venture. It's a breakfast / strip club called Bacon and Buttholes.
I like it.
There it is.
You can have the first floor because Tits and Grits, my place, will be on the second floor.
Tits and grits or piss and grits?
Tits and Grits, dude. I'm not. See, you make everything terrible. You do. You just had to go there.
Well, I can't help it. It sounds like you're calling me from San fucking Quentin.
It does sound like you're
blame it on the headset. Shut up. You want me to plug the other one back in?
I don't care.
Herm does.
I'm just telling jokes. So anyway,
I know.
we had to call the plumber today at work.
Because you use the bathroom.
No. So 8:15, one of our customers comes. He comes weekly to pick up his shit.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm putting it on a cart, he's, I gotta go use the shitter. Now imagine this guy is like a walking human caricature of Peter Griffin. Sounds like him, looks like him, talks like him. He disappears into the bathroom for about 45 minutes.
I got a turtle head poking out.
So I finish up my thing. He comes out. He loads up. Now, we were pretty fucking busy today, and nobody had really used the bathroom at all. So this afternoon, my coworker Andy goes in the bathroom. He finishes up taking a shit. He goes to flush it, and it starts creeping back up, and other shit starts coming out of the toilet. And I can hear him screaming in there, no! Well, you know those like 2000 flush things that you can put in your toilet?
Mm-hmm.
We have an industrial toilet, and our cleaning lady has been told, please don't put those in the back of the tank. She sucked it up. It just, no. Then we go to clean up after the plumber comes. The guy took the toilet brush, poked at it, and put it back and left shitty fucking toilet paper on the brush. You want to think about having a shitty day? That's how we had our day.
Congratulations.
Yes, it was a day.
That is, yeah, that's the most disgusting thing I'll hear all day, other than bacon and buttholes.
And wolf bag.
Yes.
Yeah, Jenny was gross.
Yes.
Woo! All right, Marsh, it's your show. Tell us what we're doing.
Right on. Let's see. We'll go with the pre-research questions to make sure we get all those in. So let's start off with. Let's go with the top 3 pet peeves, and we'll start the show with Mr. Big Herm.
People that can't cook a fucking omelet.
It was coming.
People who think carbonara uses cream, or Alfredo, for that matter. People who use table salt to cook with.
Oh,
Interesting.
It's not the same.
not the same.
Not the same.
As opposed to what type of salt?
It would be kosher salt, and for me, it would have to be like diamond crystal.
Oh, specifically.
Very nice.
Yeah, Morton is trash.
Coarse, or does it not matter?
There really isn't much for kosher salt. There really isn't usually it's usually coarse. for a reason. So it dissolves slowly.
It doesn't disappear as fast.
Solid.
It's also not as the granules being larger, meaning there's more airspace. So a tablespoon of kosher salt that I use is way less salty than a tablespoon of, like, when you put a tablespoon of table salt in. I actually use less salt that way. But yeah.
Nice.
Diamond Crystal. It's good shit.
Diamond Crystal coming at you.
They're not gonna sponsor us either.
So we will now rotate on to the next victim on the circuit, which will be Mr. Burns.
All right. The trend of changing the meaning of words wholesale. I mean, we all know cool is cool, but it's also a temperature. It's also like, hey, that shirt looks cool. But just the complete changing of words for no other reason than you need something to describe something. People who say Reese's instead of Reese's, you're all fucking morons. Learn to read, learn to speak. You piss me off every chance you get. And my third one is I wasn't able to think of a third one, so I am my own pet peeve.
Nice.
This was the hardest one to do for me because I got to 2 and I'm like, oh, this is easy. No, the fuck it isn't.
All right.
We'll go with like people who chew with their mouth open, something nice and airy,
Yeah, I have so many. I mean, and they're all equally annoying. Like
equally.
I know I talked about this a couple of weeks ago about like shopping in a store. People have no spatial awareness.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just hang out in the middle of the fucking aisle and have a running conversation with somebody you haven't seen since fucking 35 years in high school.
Watch me, bitch.
Move aside.
You are that guy.
Just spatial, not even that. It's just spatial awareness that you're out in public, and maybe you can act like that in your own home, whatever. But remember, you're out in public. You can go outside and touch grass or ass, whatever your preference.
Turkey bacon.
Oh, I love the Jen Sizer comment. That last one's, yep.
We'll get to her as soon as Virgie's done. Slow walkers, yeah.
That is another one, but not so much now because I used to work at Moson, thankfully down in the basement and surveillance, so I didn't have to go on the floor. But when I did, holy shit.
Donate the peas.
I wasn't going to. Oh, he said Mabel. Okay.
Yes.
Unless they're attached to a string, Mabel, don't eat them.
Yeah, that's different.
Mabel baggy.
I hate when you're in a restaurant and the entire time the table next to you is like
talking.
No, you can talk. I don't give a fuck if you talk.
Oh.
But they're like on their phone on social media. Like anybody who lives in fucking Connecticut gives a shit what you're eating.
Oh yeah.
And like your two of followers, I'm sure, are at the edge of their fucking seat while you sit there and eat a fucking cheeseburger at the 99.
I got the blooming onion. Doesn't it look great?
Or they're just on their fucking phone the entire time. So, and they get upset when we're talking, having an actual adult conversation. They turn around and give you the side glance, like, "Hey, I'm on the phone. Hey, you're in public in a fucking restaurant. You want to talk on the phone? Go outside. Or if you're gonna talk in a lower tone."
This ain't the Olive Garden. Eat your fucking meal.
Whatever. Distracted driving. A huge pet peeve of mine. Huge. I ain't
gonna lie to you. I'm guilty as fuck when it comes to that.
I have a cradle on my dashboard, or actually it's on my front windshield, and my phone sits like this. Usually it sits with the text in. And I'll put on a YouTube video, hang it up there, and just listen to it on the ride home, or I'll throw on a podcast, or if you call me, if I don't answer, I don't answer. But my wife does this, and she drives me fucking crazy. She'll grab the phone, and she's like, "Oh no, I know where I'm going." I'm like, "Put your fucking phone down, or give it to me, and I'll do it. Whatever the fuck it is you're doing. pay attention. And that, for me, that's from riding motorcycles for a lot of my life. It's just you got to be aware.
Right.
Aware. And my wife says I drive like a grandpa, but I probably do. All right, that's me.
So that's not changed. That's a good thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, the Mohegan Shuffle used to piss me off, Jen.
Oh, you
got a
worked
good
there
pace
too?
going. Oh, yeah. I think all three of us worked there at one point or another, and then you're the outlier that worked somewhere else.
Yeah, I was across the river.
Yeah, we didn't like you folks very much. You across the river people sucked out loud. Anyway, so what's your answer there, Marsh?
I got it narrowed down. I got 6, but I'll bust it down to 3. Let's see.
He's herming it.
I've got a lot of mine were freaking supermarket parking lot related. People that park in the yellow zones in front of the freaking store because they're too lazy to fucking actually park the goddamn car.
Fuck you. My motorcycle looks good there.
Oh, Jesus. The double
I'm fine with a motorcycle.
The double parking's always been a huge pet peeve of mine. I mean, if you don't want to get your shit dinged up and you want to double park, then do it out on the end somewhere.
I'm a prick. I'll park my motorcycle across one fucking line and take up 2 spaces.
I just figured you drove it right into the store.
Swear. Yo, they're lucky I don't pull it into the fucking produce aisle and put the kickstand down.
And then I got, I guess I could keep this into a parking related category. People that don't return their carts either to the cart corral or bring it back inside the store.
Okay, I'm with that. That's the fucking that's the litmus
up
test
my ass.
life. That's the life litmus test, I call that.
I don't give a fuck if I found it in the parking lot and then go use it. It's either going in a cart corral when I'm done or back into the store, depending on if there's no place to put it outside. That's just a thing.
The only time I don't do that is when you're at a cheap ass fucking store and they only have one cart corral and it's all the way fucking over there. Then I'm going to bring it to the nearest curb where I can put it and make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
Wheels up.
Fuck you for not fuck you for making me walk
that bitch over.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's not going to move.
Fuck
you for not having enough.
In non-parking lot related fucking pet peeves of mine, I have let's see, social media influencers, people taking photos of their fucking food, and and last but not least,
I mean, unless you actually, I mean, unless you made
it, if you made it, fine.
That's not what I'm talking about.
No, I know you're pissed because somebody else is taking pictures of my food. That's what it is. It's literally
person with the talent.
I've seen people do this shit at fucking Olive Garden, man.
If I make it and eat it and picture it, it's fine. If I make it and serve it to you at the restaurant, don't take a picture of it.
Right.
No, fucking enjoy it.
It was like that movie, The Menu?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, last but not least, certainly not least, is people that preach tolerance and acceptance, but demonize and vilify those that don't agree with them.
Thank you. That might be my favorite answer today.
And that takes
kind and tolerant.
That
hate has no home here unless this person, this person, this
selective
person.
Tolerance.
Yeah, basically. And I understand being angry at the system. I understand all of that, but man, you can't say hate has no home here and then say I hate X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
Kind of defeats the point, don't you think?
I think, but yeah. All right.
What up, JR, in the comment section? What do you got for the next question, and who's your first victim?
Did we lose Lynch again?
No.
He just turned off his camera.
He'll be back.
Okay.
He's tying the string to the bacon now.
Next topic, a little more benign. What is, in your opinion, the worst song from your lifetime?
Okay. Who's your victim?
We're going to start off with Mr. Herm.
I mean, if you want to talk, I mean, that's kind of a difficult question. That's really completely subjective.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's really no way to quantify an answer
Because it's
other
opinion.
than
Yeah.
I motherfucking think so.
Yeah.
I'll make it easy for you guys. I'll answer for all of us.
Baby
Shark.
Baby
No. Shark.
I thought for
Almost
sure
made it.
I like
almost made it.
I like Baby Shark.
You would.
I like Baby Shark. I like it. I like it. It's good. It's good for the kids. It's good for
I dig System of the Down.
I like 3 of their songs. I could do without them if they cease to exist.
That was
hurt my feelings.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That was the Armenian fucking dude, right? System of the Down.
Yes.
That Korean fuck. The
Korean?
song
Gangnam Style.
Korean fuck.
Gangnam
Broken
Style.
Condom
Oh,
Style.
There you go. That there it is. I mean that didn't need to ever happen.
I don't know. I find it kind of fun. Broken
catchy.
Condom Style.
See? I mean, right? It's only good for making fun of. It's not really good
I
for.
thought it was catchy.
Right. Who's next?
Barnes.
All right. Kind of goes with Baby Shark. I put down What Does the Fox Say? Because I hate that fucking song and the entire Rush catalog. Dude, fuck Rush.
Fuck you.
They could have hired. They had a million singers out there to hire.
No. Really, what our true issue? And let's be real and let's say what we really feel about this.
I was just saying in my sentence.
Let
they
us
have a million choices for a singer.
Can we say the truth is fuck Geddy Lee?
Mm-hmm.
Because I told you I edited Geddy Lee out of that and made it an instrumental album, and it's the most amazing fucking deep dive you've ever fucking had.
But if you know the song,
because when you sing the lyrics, it's your voice and it's you, and there's nothing to fuck it up. And the songs are complete. I'm telling you, completely different. It's now because it's just music, no lyrics.
Okay, now I'm working on getting Callie Morris to come to the show. Young lady who was on American Idol got booted last night. Sorry for her luck. Her lead guitarist is a friend of mine. So we're working in tandem to bring Callie to the show, put some eyes on the show, talk to Callie. I'm curious about the experience, but to Herm's point, if you put Callie Morris in the front of Rush, maybe I'd like it. Hell, if you put Matt Marsh singing for Rush, I might like it. But I can't get past Monday morning on the mean street. It's like, go back in the kitchen and cook my beef and broccoli, bitch.
Oh, it sounds like Nickelback.
Yes, very much like Canadian. Same.
Mm.
Caitlin would disagree with What Does the Fox Say? Well, get Caitlin a fucking camera. She can sit here with us and we can argue.
I don't think I ever heard What Does the Fox Say.
Don't do it now. Wait till later. What up, Nerdverse? Check out Nerdverse TV. They got a couple videos that I saw. Decent stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated.
Hey, welcome. Stick around for a while.
All right. Marsh, what about you? What's the worst song ever recorded in your opinion?
I've got a freaking special place in hell for fucking Bohemian Rhapsody.
Is it because it's overplayed or because you don't like the song at all?
It just goes, it's all over the place. I think it's the length of it for one thing, but
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, most of the classic fucking rock stations. Of course, classic rock now is shit that we grew up with too. So, but yeah, something about it just, and I like a lot of Queen stuff, but that song for some reason, just that and Beth, I don't know why.
Okay.
Well, here's what happened with that song. What ruined it for you and me. So I love Queen. I'm over that Queen song. When Wayne's World came out and that song had its renaissance.
Oh yeah.
It was on the radio. Every radio station you could turn to. It didn't matter whether it's country, fucking Christian, this, that, or the other. That song was playing. And it played for the next
it never stopped.
5 years. It never stopped playing.
Oh.
It became a hit again.
Yeah.
And did you hear that new song, Bohemian Rhapsody? Oh, funny. If you only knew. So
it's
I got that way. I got that way with Melissa Etheridge's first album.
Really?
And the reason why was I worked at the Cafe Del Mar.
Did you?
For a couple of years. And this couple dancers in particular would play those fucking hits off of that album every night, 2 to 3 times a night.
If I'm the only one.
That one,
really?
And then
I can't also there one of those nights. I can't lie.
Also, Journey, greatest hits.
Oh, sure.
They played a lot of Journey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you say you hated Journey.
I don't hate Journey, but I started to hate the greatest hits album. For me, it's like I mean, I'll listen to a song I used to not like. Like it happens all the time. And I'm like, I can appreciate it now for what it is. Back then, I just thought it was shit.
I'd pay to watch a bitch dance to Wheel in the Sky, but not Lights.
I love Wheel in the Sky.
Thank you.
Well, it's like Don't Worry, Be Happy. When it was out, I fucking hated it. I fucking hated it. Again, because it was on everything you watched or listened to. It was on all the time. It was in commercials. It was on fucking in movies. It was on fucking MTV. It was
on fucking t-shirts and bumper stickers.
Did anybody strip to that?
No. That could be fun.
It was just that song. That song had a place in hell for me. But now I heard it maybe a couple of weeks ago for the first time in years. I don't feel the same way about it because I get why it was so popular. It's just that once I start hearing it every fucking day, like I can't listen to regular radio. I can predict tomorrow when I turn the radio on, the FM radio, the only station that comes in, I can predict the first 6 songs they're going to play. It may not be in the same
Dream
order,
On.
but always the same fucking Dream On.
Dream On, Don't Stop Believing.
Yep.
Oh God. Barracuda.
That's almost at lunchtime.
Okay. Trying to think. It's been a long time since I listened to anything by Zeppelin. We'll make that cut.
Hold On Loosely.
Hold On Lucy, 38 Special. Yep, and Eye of the Tiger has to be in there too.
Yeah, that's
Blind
about
by
the
the
same
Light by Manfred Mann. Ugh.
Oh, there you go.
That fucking song.
Blinded by her thighs.
If you are truly a classic rock station, please understand Kiss put out 26 albums. They have more than just Strutter, Detroit Rock City, and Rock and Roll All Night, you pricks.
Yeah.
You could throw in Love Gun every now and again, please.
Crazy Crazy Nights was my favorite fucking Kiss song.
Oh. He's got the vein. They've got the vein.
Okay. You and my mom have the same favorite Kiss song. Congratulations.
Oh, nice.
Like you said before, it's subjective.
It's not a bad. Again, I disliked that album for years, but it came across the shuffle. The record opened. I'm like, I'm going to give this a full pass. And of the 9 songs, I still enjoy 5 of them. So yeah. And Crazy Nights was one of the songs. So next question.
Let's go into a little bit of other stuff here. Oh yeah, this was a creative
Who
one.
is your daddy and what does he do?
I would never ask you
My dad's a gynecologist, so he looks at vaginas all day.
All right. If you had to delete all the apps off your phone except for 3, what would you keep?
All right, first victim.
Herm.
Oh, we're just going to go in that circle. Let's keep going.
Well,
Herm Burns Lynch.
I was just trying to be fair to
Fuck it, no. It's working this far. You got to only keep 3 apps on your phone.
If I only got to keep 3, I'm just turning the fucking phone in.
Really?
What good is the phone?
And I should have elaborated. The internet I'm not counting as an app.
All right, but still, there's only 3. I'm just turning the phone in.
Do you use a lot of apps?
I use like 12 apps a day. That's minimum.
30 apps a day, depending on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If I want something to buy something, I use an app, one of a dozen that could possibly. If I'm trying to figure out something with a recipe and convert numbers, I'm using an app. If I'm looking up a recipe, I'm using an app. If I'm, I mean, like all day, and I have no games on my phone. There's not one. There isn't
No,
a
it's all
game
business.
on my phone. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's something for it's an app for that ties into a show. It's an app that ties into like very if that's the case, then I'm just getting a flip phone.
There you go.
Because if you know what I mean, if I'm down to that, I mean like literally like the calculator is an app. So that
Grandpa Herm, can I play the snake game on your flip phone?
Say, give me a Nokia 3100, bitch. Let's go. I'll keep
there. You go.
Ever. But yeah,
that's true.
And that's that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not tied into it for that much for social media per se, but I mean, I use it a lot. All of the functions off the front page of the Radio Shack Radio Shack flyer, I use on a daily basis. Weather, fucking. I could use it to track the temperature in my house. My refrigerator, check my refrigerator is saving money, like dumb shit.
All right.
Next,
I'm not going to be counterculture. If I'm keeping 3 apps, it's going to be the maps, the GPS. Obviously, love the GPS. Use it often. I'm going to keep the Google machine. So it kind of gives me the window to the world, like Herm was talking about. You need to find the date that something particular happened, or it's got my address book in it. It's got my daily planner in it. The Google machine is my best friend, and I'm keeping Cheech and Chong's Bud Farm because I'm not losing all the progress I made over the last 3.5 years.
Cheech and Chong's Bud Farm.
Bud Farm, BUD.
Oh!
You're going back to a conversation we had 45 minutes ago.
I never even heard of this game.
That in comedy, that's called a callback.
Yes. I'll call you back in an hour.
Yeah.
Back? Get it?
Hey, back.
Hour. Back?
Jen Sizer says Pandora, Facebook, and daily crossword puzzles.
Pandora.
Okay.
People still use
Pandora for the day.
Wait. Before Lynch answers, I have a statement.
Oh my God, he's got a manifesto.
The opinions of Christopher Lynch do not necessarily represent those of Dysfunction Junction or its sponsors, and are those of Christopher Lynch alone. And now, Christopher Lynch.
Why a statement?
You really need to ask?
That's not the lawyers.
Are you that freaked out about what I would say?
The lawyers.
Yes. No, I'm going to keep Pornhub, Brazzers,
and Grindr.
And double anal
and
penetration.com.
Yeah. You got to keep your options open, man.
Well, I mean, if I'm allowed to, if the internet isn't considered, then I could technically drop the Pornhub for subscription.
I can get that through the Google machine.
Right, I can use that through the internet itself. So,
yeah. I like my laptop.
I'm going to keep the same kind of apps that Burns has, the GPS, so I can get around. As long as I have Google, I have the internet, so I can keep up with current events, news, email, all that stuff. I'm still connected. I can still get on Facebook.
Right.
It's not an app. Yeah, I can still do it via the old-fashioned way on the interweb. And as long as I make a phone call, as long as I can make a phone call, that's it. I mean, if you have the internet, if you don't count that as one of the criteria of deletion, if you're giving us that, you can get anywhere. You really don't need apps. Apps made it easy, because I remember I was one of the first weenies with a phone that could get on the internet. And you had to do everything the long way. They didn't have app stores.
www.
As that technology progressed, They would pop up here, pop up there, and then boom, the iPhone came out and consolidated it into one little icon on your phone where you could get anything you want through the App Store. You don't need to remember your password. You don't need to remember this. You don't need to remember that. You sign in once, boom, yeah, hey, I'm signed in for life. So apps made it convenient, easy for people to consume all that shit. I still do it the old-fashioned way. I'll sit here on this desktop or laptop computer that I'm using as a desktop and browse the internet, the actual internet, and look for shit instead of like trying to dig through Google app or this app or that app. It's
Fair
convenient. Enough. I have news apps on my phone only because it's convenient. But I have a bunch of different news apps with a bunch of different opinions.
No, I agree. I mean, I could get away with freaking Google all day as long as I could, when I get home, I can check my bank stuff and everything else, but I don't typically do that from my phone.
As long as I can stay connected to the things I find important, I'm good.
All right. And that would leave you, Senor Marsh.
Let's see. I had Facebook because I like to go on there and see what's going on. And then I had, I like YouTube. And I have my Noom Diet app. That's about it.
There you go.
Boobs.
Chef Boyardee Green Food app. Yes.
Boobs.
All right. Boobs. Next question. First victim. Keep it going, Herm. You're going to lead off every time. You're a Ricky Henderson, except alive and white.
Sort of white, not really white.
Finally, I get to pop Lynch. Everybody else has been laughing. Might as well get Lynch involved.
All right. Let's lighten it up for a few. Okay. All right. Mr. Herm, have you ever had a crush on a cartoon character, and if so, who?
I don't remember this being in the...
Oh, there's 20 other questions. I just threw 8 at you so you could research them.
Damn. All right.
No.
Nothing, huh?
No.
I wouldn't say a crush.
Anime doesn't do it for me either. None of that.
Yeah. I wouldn't say a crush, but whoever drew Gem deserves a fucking trophy.
That was a good one.
I'm not saying she was a crush, but whoever drew that woman or that cartoon woman knocked it out of the park.
The chick from Scooby-Doo there, Daphne with a tight sweater.
Oh, Daphne, she was hot, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as a wee lad, I had a thing for, they had a version of the Flintstones where Pebbles was a teenager in a band. And
yes,
I freaking had a little bone in the hair. And,
I love that show.
That shit.
I love that show.
Man, I just something.
Hey, Herm, May 1st is coming up. Do we get to go over contracts and flesh out the pool here? Or just saying.
And but that was only until I saw the first heavy metal movie. And
oh yeah,
that was my first young lad foray into naked freaking bazoomies of the animated variety. And yeah.
It's your one-way ticket to midnight.
It's a whole new world.
Good Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Just when I thought we were going on a good trajectory, we got the what cartoon character would you jerk off to?
Gotta keep it real.
Right? Yeah. Hey, that Betty Rubble, man.
Betty Rubble is fucking hot.
All right, I quit. I can't do this.
I was more of a Wilma lad.
Really?
Yeah.
She always reminded me of Lucille Ball. I didn't dig her.
Nope.
I love
Herm will pop for this one. I'm going to stick with the Flintstones.
All right.
But at one point, they hired a maid, Lola Brigida, and he sang the song, "Oh, Lola Brigida, your food I dig it." That's a big, beefy Italian cave woman.
You have problems.
Nice.
I used to sing that to my grandmother, and she would slap the shit out of me with a wooden spoon. Shut up!
You were appreciated. All right.
That's awesome.
We'll go back on to something a little more deep and meaningful. All right. So pick a trait, characteristic, or attribute from one of your other three compadres in the group that you respect or wish you had yourself. Mr. Herm.
Thank you for reminding me to take my pill, Lynch. Herm's the start, so.
I don't think I can do that.
I mean, can I Jimmy Jack the question just a little bit for you, Herm?
Well, wait.
Whoa.
Well, the reason being is that look, specifically, no. If you're in my circle, then all of you exhibit roughly some or most or all of roughly the same similar character traits. Similar character traits that more than likely, on a 99.9% chance, I also hold or value. The old birds of a feather comes to mind. So specifically, no, but the fact that you're in the group means that kind of everybody has a rough level of like meets or exceeds, I guess, on all levels. You know what I mean? Like it'd be easier for me to start picking out like negative personality traits if I had to. Then it would
that's
be
why I avoided that one.
Then it would be to
thank you for that.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, it'd probably be easier for us to pick out negative traits that we don't like.
Yeah, we all know what pisses us off about the other ones.
We all roughly get along in this roughly the same realm and all hold the same traits. Like, we all kind of go to work. We're all decent in this consideration and good in that consideration. And so, yeah, like specifically, no, but more so like just the fact that it's the group dictates that we've all got them and I recognize them in all of us, I guess. I don't want that to sound like a cop-out answer either.
No, that's what you feel. That's what you feel.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody meets or exceeds expectations, so there's no we all of us kind of do. I mean, like it have to be like dumb shit.
Okay,
that's solid. That works.
I'm gonna stick with the answers I gave with a similar question that came up. I don't know how many weeks ago, months ago, years ago. I'll call it. These are the traits that I admire the most in you guys. Each one of you has like a top notch. So Jen says, I appreciate that you all have an actual knowledge base of the topics you talk about. It's not spewing Google info. Thank you, Jen. Yeah. We strive to do that. Even in the private chat, we do that. You know, the talk we had today, nobody got shitty. Everybody gave what their knowledge was. Nobody shit on anybody else. So
I don't think
there you have it.
Else. I mean, we're all
but some people, and that's the point. Some people, right? But the four of us, we don't do that. If this were a different group chat and the four of us were in it, there would be somebody in it that inevitably would want to shit on somebody else. So these are the characteristics I admire most in the three of you. Herm kind of has two, but they're tied into the same. Brutal honesty and tough love. 40 years on the job. He doesn't tell me. Chaka's here, my man. How you doing, brother? Honesty and tough love. He doesn't tell you what you want to hear. He tells you what you need to hear, but he doesn't like beat you over the face with it. He's just going to say it straight. First time, only time. Lynch,
pretty much. Man,
I tell you this all the time. I admire your compassion. I wish I had the level of compassion that you had for anything. Most things, I should say. Marsh, your laid back, chill attitude. I wake up every morning angry, stiff dick, stiff middle finger, ready to fuck the world. I don't have that gene that lets me just chill. You have all of it. You took what I was supposed to have, and God gave it all to you. So congratulations. Thank you for stealing my show.
Oh, I get angry.
We all do, but you have this just chill fucking.
I just am like, fuck it. I'll just figure it out.
There you go. That's all you need. All right, Lichtenstein. TJ Peters is watching. Jen Scala's watching. We got a party going on.
Ooh,
and Chaka's in the house. Can't forget Chaka.
Chaka, what up, brother? If I'm picking one out of the three of you, Herm, it's his. I wish I had his culinary knowledge and skills, because I like. Cook. You know, I think in another life, it wouldn't surprise me if I turned that way and became something in culinary, because I grew up around my grandmother Lynch, who was an amazing cook and taught me a lot, and my grandfather Lynch. I learned a lot from them and from my father. So I grew up around, like, with passion for food, and good
That's cool.
food. You, it's like what Bern says. You're very laid back in your approach, and I wish I could be that way sometimes.
I was very, very uptight when I was single, and I just, and angry and stuff like that. But I don't know. As I got older, I guess I mellowed.
Oh, and I've totally mellowed since my 30s. Totally mellowed.
It's been 60 years.
And I'm getting, shut the fuck up. And I'm getting there slowly. And I think sobriety kind of helps that. Because you just kind of, you got to slow, one thing at a time, one day at a time. We'll figure this out. And I'm getting there. Burns, it's his, when he latches onto something, he, like, knowledge or whatever, an interest, he deep dives. And if you ever want to talk about it right at that moment, that's the guy you want to talk to about it, because he's done the research, and he's done the work to have the conversation, even if it's, to the opposition. Because he and I have had conversations about shit that we don't agree upon, like politically and sociologically, but we see where we end the conversation understanding why we see that going both ways. We understand each other's position, and once you can come to that understanding, it's not a disagreement. It's an understanding. We understand each other now. But nobody wants to have that discussion to get to that point. They just want to, fuck you, you're wrong.
Yep.
And as one of you guys put it, when we
is wrong.
If I can piggyback your point, I don't know which one of the three of us said it when we first started this show. Just before Lynch went to rehab and started his recovery, we were having a semi-political discussion, and I don't remember which one of us said it. Some people don't want to hear your opinion. They want to hear their opinion come out of your mouth.
I think that was me.
That's poignant.
It probably was. I had stolen that line, and I will continue to steal that line.
That was definitely me. That was definitely me.
That's
because that's how I. That's in general. That's how I feel.
All right.
They want their truth to come out of your mouth, whether you believe it or not.
Correct.
I'm not going to tell you that.
All right.
If you want my honest opinion, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what again, you're almost 30 years on the job, and I don't think we've had more than 2 arguments. Seriously.
It happens.
Yep. All right, Marsh.
I picked one, but which was tough for me to do, because my initial reaction, and I caught myself doing it, which was kind of interesting for me, is because I tend to in these categories, tend to go after Herm's culinary ability and as well as his knowledge base. But I got to thinking about that, and as much as I envy his culinary ability, I think for me, and maybe for him and a lot of other people, I think it's also like a curse, because it's like you become such a perfectionist and have such a refined palate in that category. I suspect it makes it difficult to go out and really just. Whereas I'm a simple guy, it's almost like a kid with Down syndrome, or like a Forrest Gump situation,
Oh
where
fuck!
they're happy if they get a fucking chocolate chip cookie. They're happy for fucking days.
Right? You want to make that kid happy? Give him a ball, and that's
Right,
all it
exactly.
takes.
And that's how I am with food. I go out, I'm
Empty
like, I had a
cardboard
burger and
ball.
it's fucking great. Whereas Herm goes out, and I speculate that it must be tough for him to just fucking enjoy simple fucking
I have to
food
adjust
without critiquing the fuck out of it.
expectations. I have to adjust expectations. Like, you just walk in somewhere and you're like, yeah. I have to walk in there and go,
You gotta
now.
dumb it down.
Right. I have to be like, now, this is not your work. This is not high end.
This is not your standards.
This is not your
This is barely fucking food.
This is a means to an end. You're fucking hungry. All right. Like, if Eddie Murphy, like, for you guys, like, you've been starving in the desert and someone threw you a saltine and you were like, oh my God, what is this? This Ritz? Is this like one of those wheat house crackers? This fucking thing is amazing. And I'm like, you hand me the cracker and I've been starving in the desert for a month. And I'm like, man, it's just a sorry ass saltine. I'll just fucking starve, man.
Exactly.
With some regular ass Ritz.
Right? I thought you said you had a cracker. This is just a sorry ass. This is not just a great value saltine. The fuck?
We're all crackers.
Yes.
So
sometimes it.
All right, stop licking Herm's ass.
So that's like I said. So typically that's where I start, but I caught myself on that, and I was like, what?
Everybody wants to know, what's your favorite thing to cook?
Food.
I don't think I ever asked you what your favorite thing to cook was.
No, like what's your favorite dish?
Yeah.
Food.
But no, and then like in Lynch's case, it's like because we share a compassion for animals, and that was hard not to fucking but when I got to thinking about it, I went with Burns because, and what's ironic is that it was for the same reasons that Lynch did, and what I wrote was that Burns' desire to educate himself on topics of the day by like researching them exhaustively before he fucking comes out. And I mean, he's talked about it before. He's like, he'll go read books on something, or if he's got a question, he tries to get as much in my opinion, as much education as he can about something before he goes off, rambling about it or freaking talking about it or whatever else. And I got to respect that.
You guys may have just changed my answer for the best compliment I've ever received, but I'm sticking to my answer. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Did Herm say something nice about me? I missed it.
No,
he didn't say nice about anybody. He said we're all fucking retarded, and we are.
Fuck Burns.
Yeah. He was like, you guys are all retarded like me. Go fuck yourself sideways.
Yeah, like, so I could do it equally? Yeah, fuck them three dudes.
Fuck them.
All right. Next question.
All right. Question. Well, since Burns segued into that, let's go into best compliment ever received. And we will.
I'm going to take the first one on this one.
Yeah,
I have to.
Go ahead.
Because she's in the comment section, and she said it last week. So this is a brand new compliment that Jen said last week when we were talking about therapy versus self-diagnosis and things like that, and it got onto the topic of the psycho coming after me and telling me I'm vile and evil. Jen said, Chris, you have one of the biggest hearts of anyone I've ever known. And I was like, damn, you cut me down, man. You cut me down to size. I felt like, wow, I never thought of myself as having a big heart. I know I care about people. Well, with all the steroids I've done, it's bound to explode. No, just steroids, back zits, and enlarged hearts. I'll be found in a hotel room next week.
Nice.
No, but I don't. I know I'm caring. I know I'm overly fucking forgiving. But for Jen to say that, man, that was awesome. Thank you, Jen, if you're still watching. That was indeed other than you're the best dad in the world, which I think every kid says to their parents at one time. But yeah, that's probably the best compliment I've gotten from someone not related to me. So thank you. And what
Jen's
you guys
dad?
said today. What?
You're Jen's dad?
No, stop, dickhead. You weren't listening.
You said the fucking best compliment.
I said, other than you're the best dad, which my kid has said to me more than once in 17 years.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yeah, all right. I'm sorry.
There you go.
I should have written this down. But thank you, Jen. Appreciate it. That was awesome. And you two said some nice stuff, and Herm said we're all retarded. So I do appreciate that.
But together, we're all retarded together. Is the point?
We are but one retard.
That's right. We're like the
Voltron of retards.
I was just gonna say we're like the Voltron of Down syndrome. It's
Voltard.
We're like
Voltard.
Yeah,
Voltard.
we're like Down syndrome lions. There's supposed to be 5 of us, but there isn't. We do the best with 4. You know, it's just
time out.
Oh, it's more.
Somebody sent me a video on Instagram and said you have to check this girl out. And when you click the video, it is this shapely, beautiful young woman, probably 20 or 21 years old. And when you click the video, it comes on and she's doing her little shimmy shake, and it says, "Just because I have Down syndrome doesn't mean I can't be down with you." And she's a very pretty girl, but at the same time, you see the eyes, and you're like, I don't know if I could.
Yeah, you can. Just pretend she's Asian.
Dude, her eyes were like this: Big Mac and a large order fry and a cherry pie. They're just.
Oh my god! Oh, this is where we get canceled. It's it. It's nice knowing you, folks.
You can only get canceled.
This is it right here.
You can only get canceled if you're willing to get canceled.
Oh, I think you just pulled the trigger and being willing.
This is where
not yet, because Herm's yet to answer.
This is where the movement starts.
Well, I think that's where the phrase came from, because it used to be referred to as mongoloid.
Yeah.
I quit. Yeah, probably. Yeah, all right, Herm. Best compliment you've ever received.
The best compliment I've ever
received. Man, that was some good dicking.
That was an excellent fish sandwich.
Your butthole tastes amazing. With bacon?
No,
chocolate butthole.
It's no compliment at all.
Okay.
See, when the food is so good and it hits the table, and you've been at the table for 15 minutes and nobody's said a fucking word, they're lost in their own little world, lost in their plate. Everything on their plate is perfect.
Like the menu.
They're just the only thing, ooh, that's it. That's that.
Yeah, that sounds
ooh. You make it sound all razzers, like ooh.
Ooh.
Food porn, courtesy of Herm.
Much at my holiday table, it is, and that.
Tired of jerking off the porn.
You're the best big brother ever.
That's the best.
No lie, Marsh. No lie. When Lynch and I sat at those roasters, and we are both full beyond belief. There is barbecue products falling out of our ears, and I look at him. He looks at me and goes, "You going back up?" Yup. You? Yup. And we just go engorge ourselves even more. Herm does not like it when I tell him his food is good.
You eat till you vomit, and then
you eat some more.
Yep.
And then you make room and go eat another plate.
Right on, man.
Yep.
That's when bulimia is a good thing.
I get it, Herm. Watching all those people ingest in large quantities what you have cooked and slaved over, and we all enjoyed it.
Like the actual, like it almost like it turns the whole communication. It turns the whole like higher end mammal brain, the monkey brain off.
Mm-hmm.
And you see them just, well, you know what I mean?
That day,
they're looking at play. There's no.
I didn't have to tell you that day the food was good. Lynch didn't have to tell you, or none of us. However, I did like watching people stop in their tracks when you walked by, you already know how everything is. You did not need to ask this question, but for the large portion of people
No, but
first time there,
checking. That's me naturally just checking. How is everything, everybody?
Right.
You know
So
what I mean?
to stop people in their tracks that day, and you said, you specifically, it was myself, Lynch, Leon, and somebody else sitting in like a semicircle. And he said, "How is everything?" I said, "Herm, it's disgusting. The worst shit I ever put in my mouth." And people just look because they don't know. And you were like, "Thank you." Lynch got it right away because he's in on the joke.
Right.
Jen says a
That's
former
some
student
deep shit
emailed
there,
me and
Jen
asked
Sargent.
if I could reach out to another student. We should go to his house. Oh wow, Jen,
That's pretty cool.
Amazing.
That is pretty cool. I mean, I don't dig kids, but that's cool.
I dig my kid and like 3 others, but no, that is pretty fucking cool.
No, I had a couple. I had a couple high school teachers like that I trusted. They were like amazing people. They're amazing humans. They did a lot for me. Biggest compliment.
Your beard has less rats this week.
Yes, it does. I don't get a lot of them. But it was something you guys said. We kind of said something about this, like this has been brought up before, and when one of the times that Matt had first come on, and we kind of did this discussion. I remember it, and
there would have been questions from the Matt part 1.
Yeah, it may have been something like that. And Matt said it, and it was the same answer. It was compassion. That I'm a compassionate person. I don't see myself that way because I'm pretty cynical. I look through, I look at everything through the cynical lens. So
yeah, but you also reach out to people and shit.
True. You're the guy that checks in on the rest of us.
Because I was always that guy in school.
Yep.
I didn't have one group of friends. I was everywhere. I was with the drama kids. I was in with the band kids. I was in with the metalheads.
That's how I was. I was.
I knew everybody.
I knew
everybody.
Yep.
But I was always, the comedian. Let's get this started. Blah blah blah. Try to lighten the mood. And felt responsible for everybody. Like be the pleaser. And I didn't even realize I was doing it. I never realized that's who I kind of really was until more people, yourself included, more people have pointed that out. I don't know if it's something that has come out of me through sobriety, but I think I am more compassionate because I hear so many stories weekly at AA or just through some groups I join online with for recovery. I hear the stories. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, I felt that way. So I'm more empathetic.
Nice. Yeah.
People than I've ever been. Because early in my 20s and 30s, I had no sympathy or empathy for anybody. You did it to your fucking self. That was my attitude.
On certain things, yes, but on other things,
and it's a cynical attitude. Fuck them. They can figure it out.
I mean, there's only one person.
That's how I had to do it.
There's only one person on this earth who other people would have winced when somebody moves back into the area and drops a 18-month-old kid on the counter and goes, "Here, watch this," and goes into the beer cave to get his gimmicks. You did it like a champ because you care. I mean, you were cynical as fuck when you were, not sober, but you also, again, you were compassionate to other people's plights. I can speak only for myself. Getting a call when the pipes burst in my kitchen was a fucking swimming pool. You're like, "Do you need a place to stay? Get Emma, get a bag, get over here." And it didn't take more than 5 minutes. You were like, "I heard, get a bag, get the kid, come over here now."
I forgot about that.
I didn't. Emma still remembers it. Coming into the house, she looks through the window as I'm fumbling for my keys. She goes, "Dad, it's raining in the kitchen."
Yeah.
The fuck?
The fuck?
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
That's good shit. Jerry, stop walking in front of the camera.
It's not Jerry.
It's Tom.
It's Kirby.
All right. Kirby. All right. Next question. We're running out of time. We got 14, maybe 15. I'll give you 16 because we got a day-to-day the clock with some rednecks.
Right on. Okay. Let's see. First thing you'd change if you were president of the United States. We'll go
I'm going to lean
with back to the Herminator on that one.
I have a statement. The opinions expressed by Michael Herman may represent those of the rest of us. So here we go.
The first thing I'd change if I won the presidency of the United States, my underwear, because I don't know how the fuck I got elected because I didn't run.
You were a write-in vote.
So when I shit myself, that's the first thing I'd change as my presidential duty.
And that's the realest thing that a president's
favorite
done.
Answer. That might be my favorite answer.
My underwear, because I'd shit myself because I didn't even know I was running.
You were voluntold.
That's right.
That's right. Herm, you're the president now.
Duty.
What?
Yes, chef.
The president of what? Barbecue? No, the United States, asshole.
You're the president now. Yes, chef. Okay.
Yeah, I'm secretary of lotion.
Heard.
You will always be the secretary of the lotion.
I am secretary of lotion.
That joke still gets me to.
That was good stuff. All right, you're
all
up.
right. I can't beat Herm's answer. I thought about this, and my only answer was home aid first, foreign aid second. That's it. We give way too much money away to countries that eventually shit all over us, and a lot of times for good reason. Look at our current fucking political climate. Help our veterans. Help our old people. Help the sick. Okay, when I say help the needy, I mean the real needy, not the bitch with 6 kids who's picking off, government aid like it's her job.
Right.
No, help the people that need the help. And stop sending our money to countries that don't give a shit about us. That's it.
That's interesting.
I'm not getting preachy on this one. That's real shit. The preachy one I'm saving because I hope you ask this question. Question number 8, I'm letting you know, was the easiest and the hardest question combined.
That was the easiest for me, but we'll get that next. I'll take the second one on this just because it actually falls right in very close in line with yours. I just wanted to end federal money leaving the country as far as supporting other countries and foreign agendas before stuff is, short up here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's one thing to help. It's one thing to help a friend in need. We've all done it. Herm's favorite joke. We passed the same $20 back and forth for 40 years. That's different than here's $30 billion. Go save your ass, and there's no return on investment.
And then 10 years later, here's another $30 billion. I just can't wrap my head around it anymore.
Right. But, Major General What's-His-Nuts who loses everything in a fire or, drinks himself to death because of PTSD, can't get into a shelter or can't get his VA aid, or the poor guys who came home from Vietnam, God bless them, who fought for 20 years just to get basic medical care. No, they should have been helped first. Not second, not third, not fifth. First.
We don't do a good job taking care of our own in any way, shape, or form, whether it's with, making sure we've got proper roads to get to work in or, educate any of it. We just don't.
Mm-hmm. The governor can give himself a raise, but we got potholes in Occam the size of a small child that will ruin your fucking suspension.
Word.
Or worse. Yeah.
There you go. Lynch.
I wouldn't change how the current border crisis thing is being addressed. As far as foreign aid, Yes, I agree. Stop. We take care of our own house before we start trying to fix other people's. Make our place livable. I mean, let's take care of our own shit before we start worrying about what's going on in Ukraine or what's going on in Israel or whatever other news story comes through the pipe. And as far as if anything to do with trade deals for the global economy, I would try to have the discussion first, and try to come to a more equitable trade policy. Whereas we were 34% to the tariff for coming from China, but only like 3 or 4% going to China. I mean, and that
China,
let's make it a little bit more fair for both ends of the deal. And
that's good.
Nope. I'm just gonna throw the gauntlet down and say fuck you. 104% now. 104%. Great, thanks. That helps.
Gen Sizer, that's a nice one.
Yeah, put a cap on medical procedures so insurance companies don't become loaded on. Yeah, price wise. Yeah, understood. Now you might need 12 surgeries. They don't have to cost 4,000 bazillion. You know what I mean?
Right on.
I'm lost in the sauce. You guys had some good answers.
Well, as a president, if I were president, one of the first things I would at least start trying to pave the road for is to fix the healthcare industry in insurance. Good. Because it's a fucking scam. The whole thing's a fucking scam. We're very, very few. We're a very, very small pocket of people get very, very fucking rich from medical care, and are dictated how to run their practices.
Will your medical provide services to Herm after he shits his pants?
I don't think you need. I think you need Service Master for that, don't you?
I would.
Hey, I know a guy.
Pay,
Jeff Lane just celebrated 11 years with Service Master.
You're
gonna need a truck.
Just buy him a new pair of underwear.
New pair of underwear.
Size and what? I would buy him new underwear from
a power washer. You're gonna need fucking a cleanup crew, a hazmat team, the EPA.
I'll just buy him new stuff.
Wow, Herm, do you hear how they're shitting on you?
No, I'm not. Anytime Herm shits himself, President Lynch will give him free clothes. That's the deal.
Oh, free clothes for ass shitters. There you go. All right.
No, just Herm.
Here it is.
All right. Marsh, answer your own question.
I did.
He did.
Okay, never mind. Next question.
So we're going to go with big question number 8 here to tie this down. And it is, if you could witness one event in history, which would it be? Mr. Hearn.
This is going to be good. If he steals my answer, I'm going to be pissed.
Well, he's going spontaneous, so it's going to be interesting.
Nothing is spontaneous about Herm. He thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks. That's the beauty of Herm.
Yeah, but he does it in front of you.
I'd like to be in the garden when Jesus rolls the stone away and walks the
Fuck you!
You fucking... God damn it. I got the same fucking thing.
No, listen, this is very, very interesting. This is super interesting. Because I picked the Passion of the Christ. And
the actual...
And the crucifixion. Yeah, I picked the
We're there 3 days later. You're there for the event.
For me, the crucifixion doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't tell me. They crucified a shit ton of people. Though.
Right. Jesus was a radical.
I need to see what happened after.
I want to see that.
That's going to change my whole view on fucking everything one way or the other.
That's the acid test right there, bitch.
Yeah.
I want to see the stone roll. The
right
fuck
now,
off.
I've my whole life
That's it.
I've been like the agnostic of okay, maybe there's some historical shit, but did this happen? And that's what I had. I want to see the body.
Like, I believe Jesus was an actual person. I believe he was a person. I believe he was just a radical fucking hippie at the time, which basically he was. Okay. Some of his lessons, turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek was a radical hippie concept, because at the time when a Roman slapped you, he had to treat you like an equal. He slapped you on both sides. Turning the other cheek as a Jew meant he either had to hit you again, which was against the law, or he had to slap you on the other cheek, which made you a fucking equal. Jesus, about the shirt off the back thing, if you read it, it's about give the debtor my shirt off my back. That's a hippie fucking radical concept, because
Totally.
if you're going to take everything, take my shirt too, because now take my shirt. Now I'm committing a crime of public nudity, which was a thing back then. All of those lessons tied back to actual crimes of the time, because the Romans were basically colonizers.
That's fucking crazy that 3 out of the 4 of us freaking picked the same thing, and even the 4th was in the same freaking realm.
The same vein.
Yeah.
The reason I picked it, the reason I picked it is, as I'm gonna just go out on a limb here, probably not the only spiritual person on the panel, but is the only religious person on the panel. You hear the stories. I've read the book. I understand most of it. I don't want to sound like fucking Billy Bob Thornton. I understand a good deal of it, but I don't understand all of it. The resurrection is the only question I've ever had.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, I'd like to see some Old Testament shit too, but this is really my big one. I want to see the Moses going to the Red Sea and all that stuff. But this is this one for me was the closest time period wise that I'm like, huh.
Yeah, baby.
What the fuck are you doing?
What is that?
That is the microphone picking up radio frequency interference off of Lynch's phone.
Oh.
It sounds like an old semi-fax machine. That's exactly what it is.
It sounds like Roger Troutman from Zap is playing the music behind him.
I'd venture to say that Lynch's microphone is USB plugged in. That's why it's doing
There you go. Jen gave a good answer. See who actually ate the apple in the garden. Men have an Adam's apple, so he probably ate it and choked on it. Okay, I'll buy that. And I did before, and I know I'll get some hate mail at cburns19@gmail.com, but I actually reached out to my pastor. I said, hey, here's the question that that somebody's putting on the show. This is my answer. And he goes, that's a really good answer.
I'm kind of surprised by that.
No, Gary's a fantastic human being. He's not.
I don't know why. I just think for some reason that religious folk like pastors, reverends would find the question offensive. Like, you're supposed to have faith. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I need more than that.
Blind faith is different than having faith. And the blind faith, and that's the way he described it to me, was, to have a blind faith in the fact that, they put Jesus in this cave and they put this huge ass stone in front of it, and they return 3 days later, the stone is moved, the body's gone. What happened? Well, I have faith that, Jesus is sitting in heaven. I have faith that, he did transcend. However, who moved the fucking rock?
And then I'm kind of like on board with, and if it was this magical God can do anything thing, why did they have to move the rock? Couldn't they just teleport him?
Maybe.
Right.
I don't
Technically, he what? So was he a zombie in physical form with incredible strength? Did he a magic zap? Did he Harry Potter?
Squibbity doo.
I'm just saying, like, there's faith is faith, but there's.
Yeah, I got questions.
There's questions.
A lot of questions that aren't answered based on that faith thing. Like, I thought, but he's dead, and it was his spirit, right? And the body's gone, but
the body's gone, right?
Right, but the body's gone. But now Jesus is in heaven. So how'd the body get up there? Nobody saw a body just floating.
Where did the body go?
Because like nobody did that anytime. There was no. It's not like somebody's like, oh look, a balloon.
It's in my freezer.
It's a drone.
You know what I mean? Oh look,
it's in my freezer.
You know, it's not like us when you're at the fair and you're like, oh, some kid lost a balloon. That's not what happened.
Right. And for me, and only me, it would answer
like a rock.
I've heard that.
It would answer a lot of questions that I've always had, whether I was I was never anti-religion, but I was skeptical for a lot of years. Came back around. My life has only gotten better since I reclaimed my faith. However, that's the one question I'm going to continue to have. I can see all the rest of the stuff, even the burning bush and the talking snake and all that bullshit. But who moved the rock? Where'd the body go?
Yes.
That's it. That's it for me. And the fact that all of us tied in with the same answer, like Marsh said, that's a 1 in a million shot, and we hit it. Everybody buy a Powerball ticket tomorrow. Right. We're getting rich.
Right.
10-4.
All right. Is there one last rapid fire question before we get out of here that we can just go bang, 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 bang? We can't end on the resurrection. It's too close to Easter. It creeps me out a little bit.
Easter's on 420.
I know.
It is
weird.
What would be
it's
called?
fucking awesome.
Jesus will not be the most high that day.
No, but you also check this out. Easter Sunday is also WrestleMania. So there's a lot of people that are going to be fucking torn. They're like, do I go to church before WrestleMania? Do I go to the late service? What do I do? Dear God, please let Cody beat John Cena or whatever the fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I've gone to church and prayed for the Falcons.
All right, what's the quickie?
All right.
Yes.
Something that takes up way too much of your time, Herm.
Oh.
Work.
That's an easy answer.
Work.
But
is that too much of your time though? Because it's your passion.
Yeah, because I'd rather just be doing it at my house.
Right on.
Right.
That's solid. Burns.
Lately, in the last 2 months, I found a YouTube channel with a Canadian woman who has recently moved to the States. She does a lot of true crime stuff. I have dug deep watching her stuff. If you get a chance, I've actually reached out to her to try to get her on the show. It's called Call Me Chris, KALLMEKRIS, Chris Collins. She's amazing, and she's very, very intelligent, very articulate. And I've spent way too much time watching her content.
Right on.
But it's all a lot of her true crime stuff. Not like, hey, I bought all this shit on Temu. Fuck that. I want to talk about the true crime shit. She covered Michael Ross. She's covered the pig farm killer, all sorts of weird shit. And she's fun, and she knows what she's doing. She's really good.
Cool. Check her out.
Lynch.
I'm gonna go with work.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I wish I know I have other things I would much rather be doing than working.
Oh, I know you do.
I'm kind of over it. You know what I mean?
Work?
Yeah, over it.
Okay. All
right. Marsh?
I spend way too much time trying to freaking perfect my fucking shitty omelet making fucking skill.
How did I know that?
If there's one way to end the show, that's it. We'll come up with something fun for next week, week after, yada, yada, yada. Disrespectful kids at my school. I spend more time dealing with a handful of behaviors instead of celebrating kids' victories. Good answer,
nice.
Jen.
You gotta get her on the show, man.
We'll work on it. Jen's been here before. We'll get it back again.
Right on.
I can't promise when Callie Morris is going to be there. I'm still working on that. I've set myself a goal, and I'm going to go to the calendar right here. May 6th I am coming in hot. I've been doing a lot of research. Thank you for saying, guys, that I do my due diligence of digging. May 6th, I'm telling you all right now, unless we drop a bomb on a country that we shouldn't have dropped a bomb on, unless the floor falls out from beneath us and we all fall to the fiery depths of hell, May 6th, the return of one-star strip club reviews.
Right on. The resurrection.
Yeah.
The resurrection of the boobs. And hopefully Banana C is now 16 and he can go to strip clubs legally in New Zealand.
Right.
That poor bastard. All right, everybody. Thank you, Matt. These were great questions. And the fact that we can't see you is even better.
It's getting dark over there.
For real.
It's getting dark.
It gets dark early in Groton.
I was afraid of the dark, boss.
Card.
Oh, dude. Oh, where at?
I was afraid of the dark,
is a
boss.
soup. I've seen it on the grocery store shelves. See you next week.
All right.
So when you're using raw bacon, would it be easier to use fishing line or would you use like twine? I'm curious.
You know what's fucked up?
Dental floss.
Butcher's twine.
When I first heard that story, I thought it was going to be you tied the bacon to a string and then you ate it and you swallowed it. And then for the next 18, 20 hours, you kept the other end of the string out of your mouth until the bacon part, you shit it out. And then you had freaking something coming out of both sides of you.
This is why we can't have nice things, folks. We'll see you next week. Tune in to Speedway Review at 8 o'clock.
We'll see you later. Have a good night.
Maybe.
The cops are on their way to